Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood Jaxblade here, and I just recently watched the Samurai Jack Season 5 premiere, and my god, it was just amazing. I watched it on the Adult Swim streaming. They streamed it at 10:30, so for some people may be thinking, like, why are you doing this? You're not, like, lying about streaming. No, I saw the whole episode. Fantastic work. Gendy actually did a Q&A before it, and I just wanted to do a quick video saying my thoughts on it because Samurai Jack is one of my favorite shows of all time, and I just am really ecstatic that it's finally back. So I figure I'd just do like a quick review or, just thoughts basically. So this ain't going to be a heavily edited video or anything like that. But wow. It's been 15 years and this show just comes back, knocks it out of the park amazingly. First off, it starts off beautifully. Like, it doesn't have an intro. Like, I didn't expect it to have an intro because it's the first few episodes, so I don't expect it to, have an intro. I don't even know if this season or series, this season would even have an intro. But it, like, just starts off, see this family getting harassed by some people, these bug monsters, and then you know who shows up, comes, kicks the shit out all of these guys, just whoops them, owns all of them, and then gets his mask off, and then you see like, oh, he's got a beard now, he's all raggedy, and it's just like, he's just so freaking okay, I'm not gonna lie, I geeked out so much. Like, when I saw this, I geeked out. Like, as a matter of fact, it is. Let me show you guys. It's playing on the TV right now because I just watched this online, and so now I have it on. It's cool having a DVR in my room. I can like literally watch it anytime I want. But oh my god, this, like, as you guys just saw, like, I don't expect you to watch it without having your own thoughts. But oh god, I let me just say this, like, sorry, this is all fresh to me, so I'm just going off it, and I really just wanted to say my thoughts on this. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, there we go. So, Jack apparently lost his sword. Now, originally I thought he lost his sword because of his battle with the Guardian, because I rewatched, like, so many Samurai Jack episodes just because I was so hyped for this. And originally I thought he lost his sword because of his battle with the Guardian, that big blue guy with the sword. So I thought that was why he didn't have it. Because if you watch that episode, at the very end of the episode, like, when the Guardian's about to smash him, he puts him on a bird and he flies him off, and he doesn't have his sword with him. So I thought that's what they were, but I don't know yet. And it seems like Jack just has severe post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, the dude is like seeing corpses. It is horrible. Like, I mean, seriously, if you're like a little kid who loves Samurai Jack, let's say Samurai Jack still played on, standard Cartoon Network, and then you grow up and you don't even grow up. You just watch it on TV, and then you just go, oh, new Samurai Jack, and your parent just letting your kids watch it. Just, no, oh my god, there were so many corpses. I mean, the beginning of this episode, this show, they got so dark. Like, I mean, it's still moderate. It's only TV-14, but still, I was just surprised. At the beginning, they show with these really creepy girls, like, called the Daughters Aku, like, giving birth. There's this woman giving birth to 7 kids and then putting it to an Aku statue. And it's just so weird. Like, these people seem so threatening, so menacing, and I'm like, you're supposed to be the Aku one? You're supposed to be, like, servants of Aku? And I know Aku's had some serious servants before. Like, we've seen it all if you've watched the original series. But it is so just I can't, what is the word for it? Where someone just, like, it tingles you. Because they do such effed up things to these poor babies. Because these babies are born, they're like, we're going to train you to kill the samurai. And they're being brainwashed to believe the samurai is, evil. Or Aku is, like, God, basically, like everyone in this universe. And they, like, go through the most brutal, harsh training, and then, I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, they have this big, muscular woman, and she's beating this child to death, and, like, there's this one scene, oh my god, it made me cringe so bad. Like, they're, like, training them, and they're hanging from a pillar, and they just stab him right in the hand, and then she's just like, are you scared, or do you have pain? It's like, what's the matter with you? And she's just like, and so she has to toughen up. She's trying to toughen these kids to be warriors. And then it shows later on, like, all right, they all have, like, grown into these fine warrior assassins, and they go from these little kids being beaten and tortured and through the harshest training to be these lethal assassins, and it is insane. Just like, I mean, the fights, I mean, it's just funny to me because after rewatching so many of the classics, one of the major things is in the classic show they fight robots. like most of the stuff Samurai Jack does, like you can't show him cutting people up like seriously. You couldn't show that as a kid, so like they turned everyone into robots. But he's a main character with a sword. It's sort of like TMNT personality thing, where oh, we have katanas and sais, but we fight a bunch of ninjas and we can't use these on them, so we better turn them into robots. So it was like that mentality, and seeing them actually bleed, like you see corpses, like I said before, you see corpses in this show, like actual like burnt bodies, and Jack's seeing post-traumatic stress disorder of these like children who like probably died, like we don't know yet. We just see this figure on this horse with Aku like horns, like he's wearing a similar outfit to what Samurai Jack is wearing, and he's just staring there in the background. You see all these. Jack is haunted by the faces of all these people that have died, and he feels he's let down his father. He feels he's let down his mother. He feels he's just let down everyone that in the past, since he's just decided to go caveman and go in the woods and just be like, oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, this is ridiculous. Why did I lose my sword? My sword was like the god tier weapon. How did I lose it? And so I guess you would feel that way, because this is the only weapon that was crafted by gods. I remember, if you watch Birth of Evil, you see how this sword was made. Like, this sword is like the 80th level lightsaber you could ever attain, and it could destroy freaking anything, cut through anything, unless you're a pure spirit. And seeing that he lost it, I can understand why he would go through this state of just, I don't know what to do. Like, this is one of those things that one of my friend Saber Spark said this in his top 10 video. Like, Samurai Jack, like, we love the episodes where he is not invincible, because most of the time Samurai Jack is just the cartoon equivalent of Batman, and he can get through anything because he's Samurai Jack. He's trained, he's done all this jazz, and he's such a force to be reckoned with. But then you watch this and seeing him just so broken, a hero you looked up to for so many years, just so broken down. And we've seen him get his ass kicked before, but seeing him mentally just not being able to handle, like, oh, I let my father die, I let my mother die, I let all these innocent people die. And there are ports where you see like the bodies of people he could have saved easily if he had his sword. And then God, you know what, I'm gonna translate this. They have good. Do they? No, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm stuttering on my words for a second. But they have this character where they introduce an assassin character, and the assassin guy, he's like, oh yeah, I just murdered a bunch of people. How do you feel about that, Jackie boy? And I'm gonna kill you now, just so you know. I'm gonna call Aku because you don't have your sword. Hey, Aku. And you hear Aku's voice briefly, and I'm assuming it's the same dude who did Iroh's voice in Legend of Korra in the last season of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he does a pretty decent job. I don't have any issues with him so far. But again, it's such a it's the word but it is such a shock, because you see this really dark scene of these babies being born, these babies just coming out of like and being beaten and being trained to say like, you will beat the samurai and you will destroy him so we can serve Aku and he will grace us with our presence. But all of us who grew up with the series, we know Aku's a freaking goofball. Like, you remember that whole thing with the swords? Like, I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew that you would cheat, so I hid fake swords all over the place. Like, Aku is a freaking goof, but they're making it seem like he's this lethal guy, and he is lethal. Like, you can see other things. It's like just such a shock to me. Like, okay, you go from something so dark to something moderately dark, like this guy who's laughing because he has all these bodies around him, but then you got all these freaking kids just I mean, it's just weird to me. Like, you see these murdered children and innocent people, their corpses just lying around, and then they're goofing off about it, and it's just such a weird thing. But Jax goes, kicks a dude's ass, and like we find out he's lost his sword somehow. And wow, I just gotta say, this was incredible. Like, I'm glad it's back. Like, I'm sorry that I'm not, as articulate. If you guys want me to do more of these, just let me know. But like, I am just so happy and hyped and excited that it's finally back and it's on Toonami, and it looks so amazing. It felt amazing. It's so beautiful. Gendy, thank you for coming back. I mean, it did not pull a Powerpuff Girls where they had some completely different people who didn't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I'm so glad that the Gendy is back. He's finishing the story. Like, it's actually going to have closure in just 10 episodes. So that to me was absolutely incredible. Man, Cannot wait to see more of what comes this season. Like, I can't wait to see how Jack lost sword. I can't wait to see the Scotsman. I can't wait to see all these dudes back in action. Because Jack, I'm so happy you're back, my friend. Like, wow. I feel like I want to do another. I feel like I want to do a Would That Work Out. Yeah, you know, I might do a Would That Work Out for Samurai Jack because I really just. Oh, I got Jack brain. Oh my god. But anyways, guys, I'm glad. I just had to say that thing really quickly. Just wanted to say my thoughts, a little review. And wow, this was just, sorry. Hopefully I didn't come off as rambling too much. But anyways, guys, keep calm. Booyah on. Don't forget, Momentai, I am so happy my man is back.